I'm so focused right now, like it's. Oh no! Not like this! No!
Here, let's see. Time to make a YouTube video. But first, I need to make items. I need to make a whole bunch of arrows. Oh yeah. So this is also like something I need to put in the video too. You need like a hero's armor with surprise gift. You just need surprise gift, right? Um, Cause like what you're gonna do with it is like it's gonna spawn like what a bundle or quiver of arrow bundle, like whatever it is, right? Oh, there it is. Like, well, he's got it, right? Well, he's got it right here, right? So what I'm gonna do with that, right? Well, I just happen to have like either like a high cooldown robe or any cooldown robe, right? I just happen to have triple cooldown, right? Your bow is gonna need like burst bowstring. Most important things is burst bowstring, cooldown shot, and roll charge, right? After you roll, right? Let's say I use my artifacts, one, two, three. I roll, and then once I shoot my arrows, it resets like the tome of duplication, which is like another thing too. Like tome duplication, you're gonna need to make a whole bunch of as many arrows as you can, right? Like let's say I'm in town, right? The easiest way to make the target, like the dummy, like my target or like an enemy, is to use a love spell bow or like a pink scoundrel. Here, let's see. Let's make that a target, right? Here, let's make that an enemy. Now it's an enemy, right? With the same bow that I showed earlier with burst bowstring. Nope, not that one. Oh, here. Burst bowstring, cooldown shot, and roll charge, right? And let's swap out these items. Go for a double satchel and feather. That's like the magician build, right? Now every time like you roll around, you already like shoot out an arrow because of burst bowstring. But then you can also do this, right? You can shoot an arrow or roll. So you roll and then shoot an arrow. That's the first. So you have to like move around like just like that. Eventually, like when you at first when you move around, you're just gonna shoot your arrow straight forward, right? And then later on, you're gonna find that you might need more damage, right? So like you just want to kill the monster as fast as possible, so you can shoot it all at the same time. But if the monster has deflect, then you just like shoot forward. That's the importance of it, right? And then like once like you shoot your arrow, like you can like just reactivate it just with one cooldown, right? You don't need a lot of cooldown. All you gotta do is that. Like, you can just spam every spell that you have in your arsenal just because, like, it just resets. Like, the cooldown you have, like, let's say 40% off of, like, what your satchel is 10 seconds. 40% off of that is 6 seconds, right? 6 seconds. But then you shave off, like, what? Two shots that you shoot out, right? Let's say one shot is from burst bowstring, and the other one, I think the music's loud. But, the first shot is from burst bowstring, and the second shot is from like your own shot, right? So you already reduced like 3 seconds. But let's say you have three monsters around you and you shoot that shot. So it's like what? 6 seconds you reduce. So it's like literally you have no cooldown. You really have no cooldown in your build whatsoever. And then this build is super safe for you. You know why? Because you can keep your distance. I usually use this build to like, let's say I don't want to get hit by the monster, right? They have a lot of damage like multipliers. I'm gonna run away. But the thing is, I'm actually not running away. I'm kiting them out super hard. Like, I would just like run in circles around them and like just do magic, you know? Like just like cast my satchel of elements. The reason why you might need like two satchels because like you're based off a chance. There's 1 in 3 chances that your satchel does like what? It does lightning, frozen, or like blaze, right? Lightning is like it strikes lightning, so that's like a burst of damage that it'll instantly do like X amount of damage depending on your satchel of elements. Mine just happens to do like 6 mil damage, right? 6, almost 7 mil. A blaze will do the same amount of damage, but over time, so it's a dot damage. And frozen, you just slow the monster down, but it's amazing because like you get to kite him out. Like, see that little frost right there when he's blue like that? That means he's slow. He can't catch up to me, no matter what he does. The only time like this build is like really like weak, it would be like, let's say they have deflect, right? Well, the way you mitigate that is like you have to like move. You're constantly moving side to side, and like you always like moving side to side. Like it's either like you move L's Or like you move a straight line, like back and forth. Like you can move back and forth, but if the monster's closing up on you, then you want to move away from him. So it's like what? Sometimes like you also like what? If you play on the PC as well, like you can move like where like let's see, like wherever like the mouse is like wherever your character's facing as well, that's the direction in which your character will also like go as well. Like wherever you're rolling, right? Your character is facing forward. He'll roll forward. But there's another trick to it too. If you roll with your directional roll, right? Your character, if it changes direction, then that's another direction. Now you can go in a straight line depending on where you go in directional roll, right? Or you can always go to this, right? You can roll forward and then roll off to the side with directional roll. So use your feather first, and then directional roll. And then that changes the direction of your roll again. And now you make an actual L, right? So directional roll, feather, and then now you can move off to the side. Something like that, you know? It really depends on like the situation and like what you want to do with it. But yeah, that is the magician build. But the core thing about this build is the bow. It really is everything's within the bow itself. Like the bow and feather. Without this bow, where the trifecta, right? Burst bowstring, cooldown shot, roll charge. Without that on a short bow, you can't move like this. You really can't. You can't cast spells fast enough to save your life. That's the gist of it. But aside from that, I probably use this build to carry myself from like all of 250 to 2 high 250 range, right? And I just swapped over to something else. Like I learned to be more versatile in other builds, but that is the magician build. Dude, if anything, right? This is what I call the blue wizard crew or the blue wizard build. And why? Because, dude, I have this armor on. I just farm the crap a load out of everything. Like, even in, like, Apocalypse 25, if you want to, like, just practice it, you will get, like, the most, like, the highest, like, amount of rewards. Like, high risk, high reward, right? But it's so worth. But as, like, the game knowledge change, like, your build will change as well. And you find that